Hello, hello, hello. Is the mic working?
Hello, hello, hello.
It is now.
Is the mic working? Hello, hello, hello. It is now.
All right. Unholy Red, I thank you very much for the follow. That's 197, 3 followers away from 200. Come on, help us hit that goal before the end of the year. I started the stream a little bit early just to make sure that my audio issues are settled, as supposedly last time I wasn't talking for the first 15 minutes of the stream. That being yesterday, so if you missed F2, go please check that out. We are getting ever so close to our goal. I think we might be missing one driver tonight in our Series 3 Week 12 finale here. As you can tell, we are at Singapore. We are about to get right into it here, waiting on the final few drivers to ready up, and we will bring you some Midwest F1 League action. Missing a McLaren and a Scuderia Ferrari, so that'd be Smith, Pell, and Enrique, but Enrique is being filled in by ZGS. Maybe ZGS can't make it. Not too sure. But anywho, we are working our way to our Season 3 goal. 3 away. We're so very, very close. Maybe you post it in here. Let's see what that does. As well as I'm by myself this evening, as Jacko is actually racing in this one. Whoa. Oh, we're so very close. Yes, Elma Jacko is representing the Williams. Yes, so our 1-2 in the Drivers' Championship last season are teaming today on the Williams. The Constructors' Championship is officially locked up by Williams, so we'll be getting Mystic Joker on after to discuss said Drivers and Constructors Championship. Similar to last season, where Elma Jacko brought home the Constructors and the Drivers Championship. So it's looking good. Looking good. It's what about first season? Yeah, so the last two seasons, this one and season 2, have had the driver also take home the Constructor Championship, where it was different in season 1, where Kenny in the Alpha Tauri, I believe he was racing that season, won the Drivers' Championship, and Renault took the Constructors' Championship. Riffin Sully, who let that Elma Jacko guy in here, he really wanted to race, and they just couldn't say no. I know you need to have Pork Chops needs to rule with an iron fist, but what can you do? So we're just missing one driver. Yeah, just one driver. Chief Braids needs to choose his car. I think. Second. Chief Braids. Okay, so Chief Braids is in for Enrique in the McLaren. So Naomi are both BWTs are replaced tonight. Oh, by Knuckles. Oh, it's good to see up in the final, the finale here. And Days Tag are representing the Racing Point this evening, and I think no, ZGS would be here since he's in the Haas. We're missing an AlphaTauri, so that'd be Smith Pell. I'm not sure. We might be running without him this evening. Smith Pell is out of power. Thank you very much, Scavney. I didn't catch that. And there we go. That's the news. We are going to get right into it. 19 drivers will make up our Series 3 finale. We'll see how things play out. Can Dace or Fredhead challenge... Actually, Dace, Fredhead, and El Majacco here are really going to put the pressure on Mystic Joker to try and make it 11 wins out of 12 in the season. He has set the record and is trying to extend the record with most wins in a season out throughout all divisions, I believe it is. Currently sitting at 10 right now, 10 out of 11. The solo win was with Matt Rosie in the Renault. And speaking of the Renault, it will be the last race ever in the Midwest F1 League with the Renault. So it's a bittersweet goodbye, but we get the Alpine, another blue car next year. A different shade of blue, though. Next year, next season. Actually, next week. So not too far away from that. But if you're new to the league or just tuning in for your first time, thank you very much for stopping by. This is, like I say, the finale of Season 3. We are well on our way to Season 4. We have big plans for Season 4. F1 2021 is going to be a big step for us. We have another division coming in, Division 5. 5 divisions, yes. 5 divisions. Our top 3 divisions all get their airtime. Division 2 gets put up not live. It gets put up a past recording of edited variety that Hotspot does a very brilliant job on. Full dry from Scabby, thank you very much. A full dry qualifying and race for those that don't know what I'm saying. Yes, so Hotspot does a brilliant job of editing and uploading it straight to our YouTube channel, so go check that out. It does a great job. As well as Fallen Monkeys, broadcasts as well as uploads to our YouTube as well. Fallen Monkeys on Twitch, that being FALLE 3, and Monkeys MONKK3YS on Twitch. So go check out Division 3 if you'd like to, or if you have someone that is ever so close to you that is in Division 3. But as per usual, we have our qualifying ready to go here. Who's first out? Looks like Williams of El Majacco here. So let's give the guy our Season 2 victor coming back for the finale. His first lap around of Season 3. In Division 1, that is, in league racing. He has been my co-commentator throughout the entire season, and he's done a very good job doing so. First time, I believe, stepping in to the booth for him, and it might potentially be his one and only season if we end up losing him. It was a very fun season with another Australian counterpart that I was so very lucky to be accompanied by. But he's going to come around on some softs right out of the gate. Just going to see what he can do. We have a couple of other drivers out, only one being on the mediums. Actually, sorry, Impossible Bacon, both Mercs on the mediums. The British duo there of the Mercedes squad. They had a really good year this year, finishing, I believe, top 3? Yes, third place is where they stand right now. 30 points separates them in BWT, so we'll have to keep an eye out on that for any potential Constructors' Championship position changes. Alfa Romeo has a 17-point hold on 5th place over Red Bull Racing. AlphaTauri not too far behind Red Bull Racing as well, that is 16 points. 1 point separates McLaren and Haas, and our former Constructors' Champion of last year, Ferrari, are sitting in 17th place right now. So kind of a different look of what we normally see in IRL Formula 1, that is. Spacepan, have a good finale, Midwest F1. Thank you very much, Spacepan. Best of luck to you down in Division 4. Why don't you go bring home a race W. But Singapore, final race of the season, 12 races this season. A lot of guys have been under pressure as each race has meant more. Now, if it was a normal season of 16 weeks, we could see, potentially a little bit more movement, as there's only 12 weeks we've been through here. With an extra 4 races, it can make a major difference. But The 4 races gone can really change things. And that being said, the one man that I'm keeping my eye at is Nicky, who's trying to stave off elimination here, and he's got a lot of work to do. Currently sitting about over 40 points back of JC Blackley. I believe that number is. It's not pulling up very big on my computer, so I can't exactly tell, but it is quite the difference, unfortunately, for that man. He's got a lot of work to do this evening if he's going to stave off elimination down in Division 1 to go down to Division 2. For us to lose another OG, as 2 of them are already set to be punted down to Division 2, that being Kenny and Enrique. El Majaco takes fastest lap, full second faster than Scavney, that being the only other driver to set one so far. Knuckles comes over a second and a half off the pace. We have a Ferrari there. That's Nicky's going to start his lap. Is that Super Ninos and ZGS? ZGS goes ahead of Knuckles. Jinna Twinit takes provisional pole on the mediums. Hell comes over third. Chief Braids, I'm guessing. No. That's Yolmir. Yolmir sets a slow time and kind of a get me over. Maybe a little bit of problems must have happened. Possible Bacon here coming around the final couple turns. Into 5th place he goes. And then here we go, Super Ninas coming through Sector 3. Unfortunately is invalid, so we'll switch over to Chief Braids and see what he can do through the final couple of turns. Let's do this indeed, Mr. Porkchops. Good luck down to Division 3 to you, almighty leader. 7th place sees Chief Braids. We'll see how much farther he can move himself up the order. Mystic Joker is about to start a hot lap. Hash would be the next one to set a time. He is on an invalid lap. So it is Sui who will follow through this entire Sector 3 here. And once again, I thank everyone who has tuned in this evening for the Season 3 finale of Midwest F1 League. There's several positions up for grabs throughout the order, except for first place. That is locked up on both ends, drivers and constructors, by Mystic Joker, taking 10 out of 11 races so far in Season 3. It is not what we anticipated, and as well, if you ask him, it would not be what he anticipated as well. The younger brother, Sui, going 4th. Not too bad. I think, yeah, okay, Murfincelli's on a out lap, or Hash just started a hot lap. Here we go. Nicky comes over in 8th. Not too bad to start. Cake Thomas is on an invalid lap. Jinnit to win it. I didn't see any improvement there. Knuckles, I think, is into the pit. Invalid goes Jinnit here. And Chief Braids, I imagine he's into the pit. No, it's actually Yolmir who sets a slower time. So he's having a little bit of trouble somewhere on the track. I'm not exactly sure where. Chief Braids is way off of his time. We'll have to switch to Mystic Jokers, as yes, that is him coming through Sector 3 here under the grandstands, which is very cool, to be quite honest. If you are a longtime viewer of Midwest F1 League, you will remember all the way back when in Season 1 Clogmonger with his best finish, I believe, in Midwest F1. So Dace Tag, Dace TG. I think that's Hash. No, that's not Hash. That was Mercancelli. Hash is next to come over with the time set on 1 lap old softs. Gets some pretty good traction out of those bad boys and finds himself into 6th. Dace is unfortunately lagged out of the session. Should be getting an invite from somebody here. Cake is next to set a time here. 2 lap old mediums. Get me over into 7th place. Not too bad, beating a good portion of the grid. Possible Bacon. Did he retire? Or did he crash out? Jinnit's as well in the pits. I think did Impossible retire? Retired on the mediums. Interesting. So finally Yolmir comes over with a slight improvement, but he's 3 laps deep on these softs, so not getting the same amount of speed as one could possibly get. Fred ahead actually says that he sets the quickest sector through Sector 2 there on the medium, so we'll have to see if that's true. Nicky needs fourth or better. Okay, fourth or better. Thank you. I'm pretty sure Nicky's a Bucks fan, so maybe he needs to harness the... Whoa. Fastest lap on the medium set by Fredhead there. Quicker than Elma Jacko and Helg, so no slouch at all. Scavney was typing to me in chat even before he set this lap here. Murfinselli on the mediums goes 10th. Who's that? That's Elma Jacko here. He's starting a hot lap. Yes, he is. Hash is into the pit. We got Knuckles about to start a lap. ZGS about to start a lap. Matt Rosie about to start a lap. Cake Thomas, he's going to come into the pit. Yomir has got to come into the pit. He's just gots to. So we'll get back on board with Scavney here. Currently just off of his pace from his initial fastest lap. His initial fastest lap was also set on softs here. Really flying through that bridge. Doing a good job getting close to that. It's kind of a sketchy area there. You can find yourself very easily just clipping the one either edge of the bridge and or that turn into turn 13, that is. So very well done by Scavney, keeping good pace as well as a clean racing line through there. Under the grandstands that he goes around turn 20 through 21, taking a clean line, trying to extend the track limits as much as possible around the final two turns here, only trying to gain speed all his ways through, and does do a much better sector 3 in the end, taking pretty much a half a second off to shoot himself up into fourth. So very well done there. Fredhead here, he's gonna come into the pit. Is that Jacko behind him? Yes, it is. Jacko's lining himself up for a hot lap here. Is there anyone else after? Yes, there's ZGS. ZGS is going to come over the line here and can't improve on his time. Jinnit starts a hot lap. Murfinselli is going to come into the pit. Knuckles as well. Mystic is going to start a hot lap as well. Matt Rosie into the pit, still with no time set. Dace is on a hot lap, so we'll get back up to Elmo Jacko there as he goes purple through sector 1. Not too shabby, but anyway, if you're new to the MidWest F1 League, 3 followers away from 200 followers, which was our season 3 goal. Please help us get there; it'd be very much appreciated. As well as tune in, which we normally do Wednesdays and Thursday. Scavney fastest, Noah's sister. Noah's sister? Who's Noah? Sorry, that was bad. But anywho, is that actually Helg that's about to come around the final turn? Yes, it is. Currently sitting 5th. He is quicker than his initial time right now. It should jump up ahead of Scavney. Yes, he does. 3/10 quicker. And sees himself go into 4th place. Still no time set by a couple of really quick drivers here. I'll jump back over to Mystic here and we'll catch him finishing up his lap through sector 3 underneath the grandstands, as well as the bridge. He's going to come around the final couple turns here. How much will he improve at his time, or if he will at all? Yes, he does. A whole half second and sees himself vault into the lead. Jinnit win it close to follow. He is way down on his time, and he sees himself vault into the lead 7/10 quicker than Elma Jacko. Very well done, Jinnit. That's a blistering pace. Here we go. Mystic Joker is now going to come over the line in some mediums. He's I'm not sure. He's found a little difficulties, I guess, in this qualifying. Finds himself going 5th on the mediums. So he should be able to come into the pit and try and better that lap on the softs. Super Dinas pulled out to the side. Maybe missed his braking point. Was avoiding the end of the wall there. Dace is running out of major time here. He's only got 5 minutes left to go. You found that funny. Okay, I'm happy. Only 5 minutes left to go here for Dace. He needs to get himself up the order here, and he's running out of laps to do it. Only one AlphaTauri, so that would be Helg, but Helg, yes, he's probably going to come into the pit. Cake Thomas is on and out. That's a Hash. Didn't get any split from him, so I'm not exactly sure how far off of his time he is. But Hash is known to punt in a crazy time, and he chooses this not to be the one. Murphy on a outlap. Knuckles as well. Matt Rosie is not that one, but it is Sui that comes past. Nina's out. Mystic, or that'd be Jacko and Jinnit. Both most likely coming into pit. Is Mystic trying to improve on his time here? I don't think he has enough time to do so. No, he does not. Probably to come into the pit for him. Chief Braids is to follow him. Yes, he is. Chief Braids looking to get out of the 14th spot, push those McLarens up the grid, and yes, he does. Throws one into the top 10, not too shabby. But still, 3 drivers without a time set. Super Nines is finally on a hot lap here. Only 3 1/4 to go. He's really running out of time. He won't be able to. No, this is about it for him. These are the tires that he's going to have to accept. Matt Rosie is on an outlap, but on some mediums. He won't be able to set a time and get back in the pit and then find himself go back out once again for another time. So mediums will be the tire of choice for Matt Rosie no matter what. Unless he, of course, starts in the back 10 and he gets the option. Nunez is trying to show a little bit of clutch factor here, seeing what he can do. Is that Cake? Yes, it is. Cake over the line for 7th. Murphy, he's 4/10 down, looking pretty good. And yes, he improves all the way up to 8th. Very well done. Sui can improve on his time. Super Ninas over the line in 12th. Knuckles can't improve on the grid at all. Chief Braids is way off his time. We're starting to get into the bitter end of this. Dace as well will only have 1 really good, maybe 2 solid runs at it. He won't be able to get 3 attempts. I mean, the 3rd time would be on the same tires, but he will be able to get 2 attacks at this. I thought I was gonna be longer. What did you do, Bacon? As Dace comes over the line, he's going to start his lap. ZGS is to follow Helg. This is to follow him. Yelmir is to follow him. Nikki is not improving any times right now. Matt Rosie here, like I said, on the mediums. He's going to have 2 stabs to see what he can do. Fastest lap currently sits with Jinnit to win it. Matt Rosie launches all the way up into 5th. Actually beats out Mystic Joker's quickest medium time set here. Is that Jacko? Jacko allows Sui through. As Sui is currently sitting a little quicker. Attacks turn 22 very well and improves on his time to 9th. Gavney starts his lap. Where's Dace? Dace coming through Sector 2 right now. He's going to have to just take this time here. No, he won't be able to get around for 1 more lap. We're about to run out of time here. Mystic Joker just making it. Who's next? Hash is just barely going to make it as well. Fredhead, he's invalid and he's racing to the line. Does he get it? No, he doesn't. Oh my god, that was actually really close. So we're going to see Dace. Where's he going to end up? He goes into 4th. But times can still be improved from this point on. ZGS, a 2nd off his pace. He's going to come into the pit. That'll be it for him. Yolmir spins out in a very tough spot. Oh no. Okay, he gets out of the way of Helg. Helg comes into the pit. Matt Rosie is invalid. He can't improve. This is Nikki. Nikki as well is going to have to take 15th place. So he's going to need a big race. Major help. Super Ninas is as well invalid. Sue Wee is not invalid, but he's running out of everything here. No improvement for him. Scavney invalid. Murfincelli is not invalid. Nearly does it there. Can he improve? As he comes around the final turn, 135.7. He does improve all the way up into 6th. Very well done. Okay, now we see Mystic on the medium still, followed by Jacko. Mystic goes 4th. Jacko into the pit. Knuckles into the pit. Hash improves up to 9th. And Jinnit to win it is to take pole. And yes, that will be it. No more times to be set. Wow. I had to do something and I was told it would be 15 minutes, so I set a time and then retired. Oh. That hurts. That hurts. But thank you very much for everyone tuning in. That is qualifying in the books. A couple of surprises there. Mystic Joker wanted to set his times entirely on the medium, so we'll have to see how that changes things up for race strategy. Matt Rosie as well set his one and only lap on the medium tire compound as well, so he's starting in 8th with those. But here we go. Qualifying is in Zine books. Jeanette Twinnett with pole. Second is Jacko. Fredhead third. Mystic Joker 4th. Fredhead actually as well setting him on the medium, so look at not too shabby. Dace Tag, Dace TG in 5th. Helgen 6th. Murfincelli in 7th. Matt Rosie 8th. Hash 9th. Scavney 10th. We're going to see in the back of the pack, Cake Thomas in 11th, Suey 12th, Chief Braids 13th, Super Ninas 14th, Nikki 15th, Impossible 16th, ZGS, Yolmir, and Knuckles bring up Zarir. So not too bad. Singapore, of course, very an aesthetically pleasing track, as are all the road courses here. Road circuits, street circuits, whatever you want to call them. But anywho, a very gorgeous track at night. Lovely views of the entire city of Marina Bay. Is it the city of Marina Bay, or it's in Marina Bay? But anywho, Marina Bay Street Circuit. I'm not going to make an ass of myself here, so I do that plenty enough outside of this streaming service, so I might as well not carry it over to here. So, anywho, we are about to get into it. I guess I've got the pre-race questions that I can rip through here for all those that are new. I usually tend to do that every any seats available, and I can jump in quick. Okay. There we go. So our pre-race questions were, what is your most memorable result this season? Kind of a little bit of a look back at what was the best or most memorable. It doesn't have to be best, but most memorable result. Cake Thomas responded with my debut Division 1 podium at Monaco. P3 this season was my most memorable performance. Started P11 after not getting a single clean lap in quali. JC Blackley, quick response with P6 at Bahrain short. Hash with a Silverstone, one of my favorite tracks on which I had good pace during the race, and finished on the podium. That race wasn't too eventful for me. Probably that's why I finished top 3. Matt Rosie, definitely his win in Australia, and Impossible Bacon with his P2 in Australia. Knowing that he's not really good in the wet and he managed to be at P2 on merit of sort was defo my best and most memorable result. So a little bit of different English that you're used to in professional Formula One, unless you're listening to Lando Norris. But yeah, very well done for you, Impossible Bacon, as well as best of luck. Our number one bro teammate of the year, Zach Jacko, and I have both agreed Impossible Bacon has helped out Jinnit to win it as well as the Mercs as much as possible. So keep up the good fight. We're going to get into our 30-second countdown until we get into the formation lap, and we are not too far away for starting this finale race here in Singapore. Very excited to get into this one. It's going to be very interesting. We'll see what Jacko can do in his return back. Can Mystic Joker make those mediums work in P4? It's a pretty good position to be in, but off the race start, we'll see if he's going to be under a lot of pressure from the other drivers here. Fred has as well just out qualifying Mystic, so that's something to keep our eye on there in the Red Bull here. So another question. Question 2 was there a track that you find to be... Actually, you know what? I didn't answer question 1, to be completely honest. Now, what was my most memorable result? Obviously I didn't have any results in this one. Let me look back here for a moment. You know what? Honestly, I'm going to go with my most memorable non-result, okay? And I'm going to go off the board a little bit there. And I'm going to say, if I confirm my suspicion, it's random serious not picking up a podium at all in Season 3. That is not what I was anticipating, or not what I was hoping for. Big random series fan, big fan. Anywho, on to the second question. Was there a track that you find to be really good at this season that in your eyes you underperformed, or other way around, track that you find not to be so good and that you're overperformed at? What do you mean there, R&D star or Ran star? But anywho, Cake Thomas answered, I managed a strong quality for Silverstone, a track I used to struggle at, and I was top 5, but binned it, trying not to get in track limits. JC Blackley said, I thought I was really good at Brazil, but was not good at all. Hash responded, Canada, I hopelessly slow at Montreal and I hate the track, just a bunch of chicanes, and somehow managed to get my first podium of Div 1. I still don't know how. Matt Rosie, I underperformed heavily in Baku. Even though I got pole, I didn't put in great laps and crashed out at the end of quali in the castle, then broke a couple wings. What was that about Random Series? I would have predicted Random Series to have gotten a podium, but he never picked one up throughout Season 3, and that very much disappointed me, as I'm a Random Series fan. Division 1 OG. And then Impossible Bacon responds, Baku, I'm usually really good at Baku, so I expected better than a P10. Ouch. And then finally, the North Pole question, North Pole being because I'm Canadian and I asked the question, so it's from the North Pole. The North Pole question this week, and our finale week in Season 3 was, how's F1 2020 the game looking for you so far? And for those that got the pre-order and were able to play it, 9 of them said it's looking great. I'd love to hear it. That being Crispy Bacon, Fred Head, Will Ants, Murph and Selly, Text-to-Speech, JC Blackley, Cake Thomas, Ray, and Matt Rosie all saying that is real good. I didn't get any pretty goods or any nervouses, but I did get 2 disappointed. The 2 disappointed came from Jacko and Hash. Ouch. I'm looking pretty safe in Division 1 next season. Alright. Yeah, looking pretty good. But we're about to get it underway here. Season 3 is about to enter into the history books, but we got to get through Singapore. What can it bring for us here? Jinnit to win and Jack will get off fairly cleanly. Mystic Joker's already overtaken. A little bit of contact there. Mystic Joker punts his teammate Elma Jacko. An early overtake by Fred Head on Mystic Joker finds himself up into second place. Mystic Joker losing another couple positions as Helg enters up into fourth place and is down the inside on Mystic Joker, pushing him right along the wall and not giving Mystic much room, but Mystic does a really good job of holding that position as well as fighting off the wall. And here we go, Murph and Selly going wheel to wheel, as well as Helg and Mystic Joker going to wheel as Helg sends it deep around the outside, as well as Murph and Selly sends it deep around the outside and tries to go down the inside line, but Dace TG does a good job. The Alfa Romeo teammate, Hash, now trying to work on his team as well, trying to get up a couple positions as the lead pack breaks away as Mystic Joker is caught in the traffic behind Helg. A 1.5-second gap between Helg and Elma Jacko is already formed. Fred Head is up in second on the mediums here. He's doing a very good job. The second Alfa Romeo is putting the pressure on Murphy-Selly. And I don't know if Murphy-Selly goes deeper or allows his teammate through, but he's going to get alongside him, and actually he's going to battle him out. So maybe it wasn't a mistake, or was a mistake from the Alfa Romeo of Murphy-Selly, but he is going to let his teammate through. Doesn't want to, kind of mess things up in his reserve drive this evening, so allows him through. And you know what, Jinnit to win it, he's going to be on for a really good finish here if he can keep it all clean. He's showing some really solid plays, already opening up a gap to Fredhead, and Mystic Joker, actually El Majaco, sorry, is falling back of Fredhead early on, so something to keep our eye on there. But our big battles right now are in the midfield. Scavney we're on board with right now, as you can see. Oh, what happened to Jinnit? He did not. No, what is going on here? Okay, that's got to be a glitch. Jinnit to win it is still holding the lead there. Penalty for Matt Rosie. Not exactly sure what that was. We're just getting a little bit of a lobby glitch on the timesheet, but it should settle itself out soon enough. Jinnit to win it is still holding on to the lead. Scavney is just right behind Matt Rosie. And there we go. Things are going to start settling itself down. Matt Rosie with the penalty, like I said, a very early penalty out of the gate. Jinnit can never keep it clean. Yeah, but on a very heavy walled course, he's going to be forced to. So as long as he doesn't get any contact with the ball, he is an extremely quick driver. And this race could completely go his way, as him and Fredhead have already opened up a 2.5 second gap to El Majaco. So maybe Jacko's really going on the tire wear save here. Other than that, things are kind of looking a little bit already spaced out. This timing sheet is a little bit off. These drivers are a lot closer than what it says. The telemetry and lap data will get pulled up here for everyone. Cake Thomas is fairly close to Matt Rosie, as well as everyone is close to them as well, but we'll go into the position changes early on here. We see Helg picking up 2 spots, jumping up ahead of Dace, as well as Mystic Joker out of the gate, so very well done by him. A spot taken by Fredhead on El Majaco. Hash taking 2 positions, Matt Rosie dropping 2, Scavney up 1, Murphy down 1, Super Ninas and Impossible baking up a couple of spots, 2 and 3 respectively. Super Ninas, Sui down 2, and Chief Braids up or down 3 as well. And then from that point on, everyone else is holding serve, as they say in tennis, and it doesn't really carry over to here, but it kind of does. Is that already 4 seconds? It is. Wow. Okay, Fredhead and Jinnit to win it are absolutely flying right now. The yellow flag in sector 1, that is Chief Braids, unfortunately spun out around turn 3. He's picking himself back up. ZGS already into the pit. We'll see what tires he's going to throw on here as I'll switch it over to that. Scavney and Murphy are duking it out there. I think Murphy tried to come at Scavney, Scavney got Murphy there. So Scavney looked like he actually took a little bit of a dive down into turn 7. Unfortunately, he missed that, but we'll see if Murphy can battle back. Matt Rosie is right in behind Murphy as well, so maybe Murphy is losing a little bit of pace early on here on these softs. Maybe a couple laps older than the rest of the field they are. And yeah, he looks to be struggling a little bit through sector 2 here. Matt Rosie is going to get DRS, and a little bit of oversteer for Matt Rosie, or from Murphy is going to allow him fairly close, but we've got a battle for 4th. Mystic Joker looks like he went around the outside there, coming around turn 14, and gets the overtake on Helg. Up into 4th goes Mystic, and now he's going to try and chase down El Majaco. 5 seconds already between Jacko and Fredhead. Fredhead's doing a good job staying close to Jinnit. We'll take a quick peek at what their ERSs are sitting at. And Jinnit is really squeezing the lime on that one, as he has got a significant amount less than Fredhead. Really trying to put in some good times here. But picks up a penalty. Jinnit, come on, man. Murphy, what happens here, man? Okay, he's in the pit. That makes sense. He did get a penalty. Man, the guy's just flying. Fredhead as well is just putting in some great lap times here. Jack was already 6 seconds back. So this is only our 2nd time here in Singapore for the MidWest F1 League. A lot of the tracks did only get twice. We'll see what Singapore can bring us in the finale. Hash blocks the middle of the track and goes a little bit deep through 7. Scavney can't really pick a spot quite yet. Hash is looking pretty good, but Scavney is looking slightly better here. Really extending the line on that turn, doing a good job. And now we come into the break. down into 10, and then we're going to get into a little bit of a slalom here through 11 and 12 and over the bridge. Scabney not taking a sharper of line towards that corner as Hash did, but makes it work and gets a really good run out of 13, and now he's alongside him here. He's going to look at the outside maneuver here, gets a little bit of a lockup. These drivers are wheel to wheel here. We got 8 wheels alongside each other. Scabney's now got the inside line, and he's going to, or outside actually, sorry. Both drivers go deep, still contact. Matt Rosie now in the mix, as well as Cake Thomas not too far out, and Hash is just barely able to hold off Scabney. He gets a little bit of oversteer under the bridge, but does a good job of battling that out, as both drivers got the elbows out and really tried to fight that one. But in the end, it is Hash who gets the last lap, holding it. Finishing it around turn 16, I believe that was. Actually, no, turn 17 is where he was able to fully hold it off. Now, Mr. Joker is catching up to Jacko here. I wonder how much Jacko is going to hold off Mystic here. A maneuver. Okay. That was very close. Jinnit nearly binned Fredhead, but Jin, I think, realized that the position wasn't there for him. And we got the 2 Williams battling it out here now. As they just finished up they're on to Sector 2 here. Mystic Joker's just able to get ahead of Mystic Joker, or Elma Jacko here. And now he's going to try and close that large gap that was created. Mystic, I don't want to say as expected, but it's kind of the way that it goes for him. Kind of losing a couple positions off the start, but once the race starts opening up, that's when he starts collecting those back, as his pure pace just comes out. Scabney, once again, really working on Hash. Tries to get a good run. And he's not as close this time as he was last time around track. Might have to find somewhere else to do it. Ooh, gets a little bit aggressive and nearly loses it. Matt Rosie is ever so close to these 2 drivers as well. A little bit of a lockup through by Scabney there. Nothing crazy, though, as he's just draped all over the back of Hash, but just can't find the gap. As well, Matt Rosie is not too far off of this pace. Same with Cake Thomas. Actually, we got a decent train here. Jacko is actually into the pits very early, as it seems. 6 laps deep. Must be going for a 2-stopper here. Helg jumps up into 5th. 4th, sorry. Was initially sitting 5th. Now into 4th. Oh my goodness gracious. Just like the tiniest bit too heavy on the throttle, puts himself into the wall, and now he's going to go an entire lap on a damaged wing. He's got 2.5 second gap to Hash here. We'll see if he's going to be able to hold that. It's going to be tough, but we've got these cars just weaving all over the track, trying to work on each other here. And if Scabney and Hash fight it out a little bit, as a late break from Scabney, I'm not sure if he had any contact from Matt Rosie. Cake Thomas and Impossible Bacon are going to be battling it out, and Cake ushers Impossible off to the side there. Now Sui's along. Yeah, Sui's along Impossible Bacon there, but he's just in behind him, as I didn't get a good camera angle, so it was tough to tell what was actually happening there. Yeah, Helg's going to allow these drivers through. He can't keep pace. A little bit of contact, he's going to fall down the field, as this whole pack is working on overtaking him here, as he has lost major positions, and that's not what you want to see. Nicky's actually picked up a couple positions as he goes around the outside on Scabney. Or Helg. Oh my god, Helg has just lost all these positions now, as Knuckles is in the back of this train and just holding a DRS. Another penalty to Jinnit to win it, as maybe these softs are falling off, but he comes into the pit. How long can Hash hold off this train for? I think Scabney's just going to go for an undercut here. Okay. So all the drivers behind Hash are all on mediums. Matt Rosie's going to have his opportunity to try and poke the position off. Fredhead is doing a really good job holding some great pace through this race. Looking good so far. 9 seconds. 9.25, we'll say, over Mystic Joker as it stands right now. 6 laps deep for both of these lads' tires are. Cake Thomas is right by Matt Rosie, and Cake's actually got a really good run and is past Matt Rosie, and Matt can't defend Cake is up into 4th place, and now Cake is going to try and do what he can to work past Hash, as Hash still has this train of epic proportions still sitting behind him here. I think Nicky might have made some sort of mistake, as he was a lot closer initially, but now he's 2 seconds back. Really trying to focus on solid race lines and just hoping that things kind of fall his way for a good finish this evening. But a move might be on for Cake here, coming into the next DRS straight. Gets alongside Hash for a moment there, and now he's going to pull out with far better traction coming out of the turn. But it's not the longest of DRS straights, and Hash is going to try and hold off Cake, but Cake does a good job of setting around the outside line, gets the car ahead, and now Matt Rosie is just in behind Hash, and Hash gets a little bit of oversteer and another little bit of oversteer as he's drifting around a couple of these turns. Cake breaks away from Hash. It's very important now for Matt Rosie to get past Hash as soon as possible to try and not allow Cake to get too far up the road. But it's just looking like Hash is he going to come in the pit? Yes, he is. Okay, so pretty much by doing so, holds up this major pack by quite a few, and another penalty to Matt Rosie as he goes deep, coming around the final turn there. And that's 6 seconds worth of penalties, I believe that sits for him. Nicky has closed the gap to these drivers, though. Just outside of DRS range, he is. Fredhead's actually increased the gap to Mystic Joker here, as well as not getting a penalty, as right now the Red Bulls sit with a double podium, and that should leapfrog them in the standings. Nice, I haven't missed too much. Hello, Matt86. Mystic is really in tough this evening there, Mr. Matt86. Fredhead is looking like an absolute beast this evening. Mystic did find himself back up into second before a couple of the drivers ahead pitted. But Jinnit to win it has got some major pace here as well, as he is right behind Nicky, and he's going to be just hounding him, as Jinnit always does whenever he's following a driver. Every corner you feel like you're under fire from a potential move. Jinnit doesn't get a good run there. Super Nina is DNFing. Oh no, we'll get on the board with Helg real quick, and there we go. Super Nina's season is in the books, and a full-on safety car comes out. Okay, so that's really going to change things. Fredhead was 9, at least we'll say 10 seconds up the road on Mystic Joker, but this safety car does come out. Mystic comes into the pit, so he pretty much gets the advantage on Fredhead here. Fredhead has to go all the way around the track to catch up to everyone and to go into the pit. Cake Thomas with a pit stop. Sui is the one between the Renaults to stay out on track on the softs. We'll see how, or the medium, sorry. We'll see how long he can make those last. A whole whack of cars are into the pit here. Dace as well stays out, so this is fairly well timed for him, as he's only 2 laps deep on these mediums. Let's see, it's looking, actually, alright, a couple drivers onto the mediums, but yeah, you're right, most of them are onto the hards. Unfortunately, that's it for Super this evening. Oh, it's great news, actually. So MidWest F1 League initially had a sponsor last season, and things weren't going the way that we were hoping with the sponsor, so we ended up backing out and not promoting it anymore. But now it is back, baby. Raise Energy is back with the Midwest F1 League crew. Make sure you go to Raise and use Midwest or MWF1 to get 15% off your Raise Energy order. I believe, actually, you know what? We've actually had some, initially when we did go with Raise, we didn't get a discount code, a product code. So we backed out, but now they've come out and have given us a product code. So be sure to go and use MWF1 at Raise Energy by Rep Sports to get 50% off your order. We're very excited to get back into it with Raise Energy. Before we got out of it, we had guys that ordered it, and they actually had a really good experience with it. So they've got a lot of good flavors there, so go check them out. Very happy to be back involved with those guys over there. No, you're actually more worried about Nikki. Nikki can still overtake you, JC. If Nikki finishes 4th, then I believe you're... or no, is it Super? Is Nikki above Super? But anywho, stats. Hey, sorry, missed. Good to see you in chat. Thank you very much for stopping by. I appreciate it. Welcome to the season 3 finale here. After this, we are not done though for races. Thursday night. Actually, sorry. Okay, let me rephrase that. So, after this race, that is it for season 3. We do have 2 break weeks. I'm headed to Super. Okay, so you are safe then. Okay, so after season 3, okay, which is the finale is tonight. I'll try and retract my thought here. Wednesday, I think, is in the books. Potentially something in 2 weeks on the Wednesday, but for sure next week on the 22nd, be sure to tune back in, and we will keep you posted as we are going to be doing an LFR inter-league battle. So LFR is the Latin Formula Racing League, I believe. It's set by a couple of the guys here, Enrique, Mayomir, I think there we go, LFR Yolmir there, up in 3rd place. So we're going to be doing an inter-league battle with them. I can't remember exactly how it's going, but I'm pretty sure each league is putting in 8 or so drivers, and we're going to duke it out and see who comes on top. So very excited to see that, and I believe that's going to be actually a half Latin, or a half Spanish, as well as half English stream. So if you're a Spaniard, be sure to tune into that. Yes, we are, Matt, 86. The 2-week break. So initially our seasons are 16 weeks, but because of the release date of F1 2021, we have put it to 12 weeks as this is our finale. In 2 weeks' time, 3 weeks' time, I guess, season 4 will be underway, 5 divisions strong. And we'll have still the best of the best in Division 1 here, but it's going to be a little bit different in the streaming platform. Now, I really do believe that we have some really good commentators down in Division 2 and 3. Hotspot and Fallen Monkeys do a very good job, and I want to reward that and give them a little bit of more recognition. So from time to time, we are going to be doing a little bit of a rotating broadcast. I will be getting, I think, 12 out of the 16 D1 races. Fallen Monkeys will be getting 3, and Hotspot will be getting 1. Hotspot's going to drop down to primarily Division 3 by his own choosing. You got to respect the man for doing so. Believes that the live stream through Fallen Monkeys will be better for the league. It's a good point, but I think he still does a brilliant job with his editing prowess there through YouTube. So go check out the Division 2 races if you want to see what he can do there, as he does a very good job. Goes back and edits the entire footage and does a great job. Hotspot will be getting some action. We're potentially getting a D4 broadcaster. The next season's schedule will be 18 weeks, 2 break weeks, 1 on Turkey Day, which is week 17, the second last week of the year, and then each division will have 1 in the middle of the season, either being week 7, 8, or 9. So, or is it 8, 9, 10? One of those. But yes, there's exciting things to come in Midwest. The season schedule, I'm not sure when we're going to be releasing that. I'm not sure if Pork wants me to release that after the stream or after the race or whatnot. I know what it is, but you don't know what it is. I think it's still under a little bit of fine-tuning, so we'll have to keep you updated on what is to come there. What was I supposed to do? Oh, yes, be sure to tune in after the race for our constructors and driver championship interviews as well. I'm pretty sure Pork asked me to do something here. Let me just make sure. Get in here, D3 lobby, blah, blah, blah. Don't forget champion. Yeah, okay. Got that. Doesn't look like. I think we're going to go around. Yeah, we're going to go around once more. Nikki hasn't caught up to the pack quite yet here. Broadcasters chat. Yes. Oh, okay. Raise energy. Yeah, raise energy. Yes. Got that. Oh, man, I didn't see Guitar Man Khan. Rocket name. Thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate it. That puts us at 198. So very, very close to 200 followers. If you know anyone that has a Twitch account and that is into Formula One, be sure to send them our way, as we are so very close to getting our season goal. And going into season 4 as well, your boy Crash McQueen is going to be getting the league a capture card. So I will be working on getting some proper overlays coming into this business. You want to start racing in this league? Ah, gotcha. Okay. Were you the one that just joined there? Yes, you were. Okay. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Yeah, you joined at a pretty good time there, Guitar Man Con. We're about to get into another season, so we'll see if there's a spot for you expanding into another division. But I believe we have many men, not drivers, men or women in. As we actually have quite a few girls in the league, and we love to see that. Highways invited me. Ah, good to hear, man. Good stuff. Yeah, honestly, we don't invite anyone into our league anymore. We don't go try and looking out for more people to join our league. People just join. And check what Nicky needs to do to surpass Super. I think he needs to finish 4th to pass Super Ninas, or else Super Ninas goes down. The safety car will be for sure in this lap. We are nearly halfway through. Yes, there we go. Rimy Shy. Is that it? I'm in ECF1. Nice, good stuff. Well, we'll see what can be done there for you, Mr. Guitar Man Khan. So we've got quite a bit of different strategies here. Everyone seems to be either on the hards or the mediums is the way to go. I'm not entirely sure who's going to be looking at two-stoppers here. Yolmir has not pitted quite yet. 11 laps deep on the hards. Fredhead's going to lead us out here. Jin is trying to get a good time, and Fredhead, just throws him off ever so slightly there. Jinnit gets a little bit of wheel spin, and he's already down a little bit. Elma Jacko is already down the inside line on Mystic Joker and gets an early overtake on Mystic into turn 1, and that's going to hurt Mystic's chances here. Dace is in 6th, Cake is in 7th, Sui in 8th, Hash in 9th, Impossible in 10th as we finish up the first sector here. We're going to have a couple of battles coming down the straight here. Looks like Scabby and Helga are really duking it out back in the pack there, so we'll take a peek at that. And of course, as I jump off, Hash and Sui are actually battling it out. Looks like Hash was able to pick the position off of Sui. Maybe those hearts aren't quite warming up yet. Jinnit to win it is staying very close to Fredhead. Fredhead has showed some crazy pace this race. Now Elma Jacko is going to be working on Yolmir and gets a position on him. Yolmir drops back into 4th. Jacko up into the final podium place here. Day's trying to work on Mystic Jokers. He's right on the back of him. Maybe he might be able to pick a position, and looks at the inside line there, forces Mystic to go super deep. Cake as well right on the tail of Dace, but does a good job, both drivers, to avoid the collision and to continue onward. Yolmir now still holding on to 4th place, but he's going to have Mystic just all over him real quick here. Yolmir still got quite a few laps to go on those hards, but he's got a lot of pressure behind him with a lot of really pacey drivers right in the rear. Cake Thomas still holding on to 7th. Hash is on the medium tower compound. He's got the quicker way around track right now, but Cake has got the track position. So let's see if Cake can do to Hash what Hash was doing to the whole pack earlier this race here, trying to hold him off for as much as he can. Cake is already starting to lose a little bit of time to Dace here, as Mystic is getting close to Yolmir, but just can't line up a move into turn 1. Nicky looks like he gets a position on Knuckles there. Big spot for Nicky, but he's got a long ways to go. Dace getting a little bit of drift around turn 3. And we're going to break our way up into turn 5, and Mystic is going to be right on the back of Yolmir, getting into the slipstream, breaking her out to the outside here, which is kind of turn 6, and he's got the complete track position, and I don't think Yolmir is going to battle it out. And Dace absolutely breaks super late and sends it down the inside line of Yolmir, and Yolmir understands that this is not his race, so he backs out. Cake and Hash are once again getting into it here, and Impossible Bacon as well. A little bit of good contact. Impossible Bacon does a good job of holding the car steady. Sui as well, the first Renault in this situation here, sitting in 10th and nearly was able to pick a position. Matt Rosie just behind in 11th is just seeing all this chaos happen ahead of him and just kind of hanging out, really. Helg is able to get Murph and Selly there. Ooh, and there we go. Hell goes around the outside, and Murph and Sully get a little bit of contact there, but Hell gets 14th place. Now he's going to try and hunt down Scabney as those two were battling it out earlier in the restart. Chief Braid's currently holding on to 12th place. He's got Scabney not too far behind him, though, so we'll have to keep an eye on that one. But a lot of the drivers here, we've got another midfield train working from 6th all the way to, I guess, 11th? Oh, does ZGS spin out? I think he did. Yes, ZGS did spin out. He's picking himself back up, but he's got some major heat in those tires there, so we'll just let him figure that out off screen as we work ourselves back up to the midfield battle there. 7th place is where Cake Thomas stands, trying to get himself back up into 6th. No penalties. Yolmir does have one, and he's got older tires as well. 9 laps deeper are these hards that Yolmir is sporting in comparison to Cake's. Hash gets a penalty there in 8th place, so that's going to change things for him. Impossible Bacon on the mediums, he's going to try to get past Hash, and a DNF from Cake as I think he bins it around the final turn. He had some very hot tires. Yolmir gets overtaken by Cake, and a VSC comes out, and so Cake does get the position. Initially Yolmir had it, but I think Cake is forced to give it back, and he hits the wall a little bit, but doesn't get any wing damage. I think Yolmir was trying to give Cake the position as it was initially his, but unfortunately the VSC came out in the moment when Cake Thomas was initially behind. Who DNF'd, I can't read on my Pajone. Stupid dad joke. Both Hasses have DNFs, Super Ninas and ZGS, in separate incidences here. VSC should be coming in about 5 seconds, so do your countdown, everyone. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and green now. Yeah, see, perfect every time. There we go, and we get ourselves back to green racing here. Yolmir is still ahead of Cake Thomas. Cake Thomas, like I said, did initially pick the position off of Yolmir, but with the VSC, kind of saved him for a moment there. We'll see how long Yolmir can hold him off, as over half the field has penalties here. That was just a quick guess, but I'll count how many. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Oh, half the people that are still left in this. Chief Braids now takes his turn spinning out, and he finds himself back down at 16th place. Knuckles is a lap behind. He's all the way back in Sector 2 there. Cake Thomas, once again, just draped all over Yolmir, but just can't get the position. We're going to enter near the spot, where Cake Thomas was initially able to overtake Yolmir last time out on track, and we'll see if he can get her done this point again. Chief decides to come into the pits, definitely due to some damages there. Race is not over, still 15 laps to go, halfway past the half. What am I talking about? Over halfway done the bloody race is what we are. Okay, on to lap 16. Cake Thomas is still draped all over the back. Actually, no, screw it. Impossible Bacon's actually the one who's going for an inside move on Hash, and a little bit of contact puts Impossible into the wall, and there we go. Left end plate is damaged for Impossible Bacon, not what you want to see. Yeah, just leave me alone, okay? Come on. Okay. Screw it. I'm just kidding. Chirp me. I don't care. Bring it. I talk so much shit in this league. There we go. Scabney's going to try and work on Impossible Bacon. Impossible can't really do much to defend here. Scabney's around the outside line. Impossible with the damaged left end plate is just going to have to accept his fate. Here we go with Helg as well, not too far back of Impossible Bacon. He's going to want to try and get past him real quick before Scabney drives off into the distance here. A couple of different pit stop strategies are out in play here, so we'll have to see what is to come in the end. Jinnit Twinit did initially overtake Fredhead and has now opened a 3-second gap to himself and Fredhead. Mystic Joker is trying to close the gap to Elma Jacko. Hash is into the pit with 7-lap old medium, so maybe he'll throw in another set of mediums if he's got one. That should get him to the end of the race quite safely there. 4 seconds. Oh, Helg. Okay. Everyone's okay. All right. Hell picks himself back up after nearly bending it into the wall in nearly the exact same position that he hit the wall earlier this race, but does a good job of to get a little bit light on the throttle when needed be, and picks himself back up in 13th. Was initially 11th, but now has lost around a net 9 seconds. So things could be worse. He can be completely out of the race, but unfortunately he is back in 13th place, so not what you want to see, unfortunately speaking. But here we go. Up to Cake Thomas we go, as Cake Thomas is once again going to be draped all over the LFR Yulmir in the McLaren here. We'll see how long can Yulmir hold off Cake. 16 laps deep are those hards. He is the man sporting the oldest tires on the grid. Cake just can't get enough coming out of that turn there, and he's going to still hold on to 7th place. But once again, if you're tuning into Midwest for your first time, we are in the Season 3 finale. This will be nearly 1 full year from the point where we initially started the league way back when in 2020 in our COVID-riddled year. So we very much thank everyone that has followed the stream as well as participate in the races, and we wouldn't be the same without you. If you're as well new to what we do here in MidWest F1 League, we just finally put in our donation to the JED Foundation, which was around $850 American, or actually $800 American. So a lot of drivers came together and put a fun little donation as well as raffle together, and all the proceeds went to the JED Foundation. So thank you very much to all those that donated, as well to the few participants that put it all together. Yulmir got a little bit of oversteer there and drifted around turn 5, so that was kind of fun to see. And it's going to put him under a little bit of pressure here, but once again, Cake just can't get quite close enough. Matt Rosie's getting real close to his teammate there, and Sui is going to be a bro and let him through. So Jinnit picks up another time penalty. Oh no, whoa, Scavney's coming into the picture here. Scavney goes around the outside on Sui. Sui initially let Matt Rosie through, and then by doing so kind of allowed Scavney to get ever so close to him, and he gets the overtake. Scavney's up into 8th place as it stands. Oh my goodness gracious, this is actually a really good race. You gotta love a good race. The finale is really giving us a treat here. Cake Thomas, okay, still behind him. All right, we're not to see that. We've seen that quite a bit. Impossible Bacon overtakes Knuckles in the back of the pack there. No surprise there with some fresh. Oh my God, are you kidding me? Okay, now these guys are wheel to wheel battling it out. Yulmir goes down the inside, initially the outside in the defense. Cake tries to make it stick, but can't get close enough. Of course, as soon as I tune away, I'm sorry, very, very sorry I missed that one, as that was kind of due for a long time there. But Yulmir is able to hold the position and force Cake Thomas back, as that gap between Yulmir and Mystic Joker is ever so slightly increasing with each lap. Mystic Joker has closed the gap to his teammate now, Elma Jacko. Jacko's not going to make this easy on Mystic. They may be in the same cars, but they are not teammates. Let me tell you that. Here we go. Okay, Yulmir, whoa. What happened there? I'm not exactly sure. I think Yulmir got pushed off track by Cake, and Yulmir felt like he was in the right to just take that back. But Yulmir, I think, may have gotten told to give the position to Cake Thomas, and by doing so gives a position to Matt Rosie as well. So Matt Rosie is very close to Cake Thomas, and Cake Thomas won't have any DRS anymore to try and hold off Matt Rosie. So we'll have to see how this one plays out. We'll get back up to Mystic Joker here as he tries to catch Elma Jacko as we come through Sector 2 here. Maybe we'll get on a little bit of broadcast camera here, see what we can get. A little bit of Labatt's sponsorship by Mr. Latifi, to keep it simple. Mystic Joker's trying to hunt down his, quote, teammate, unquote, as we battle for 3rd place. Both drivers without any penalties here, but on different strategies. Jacko on the mediums, Joker on the hards. How long can these hards last? Sorry, Matt86, I did see your message, but I got distracted from the battles. Now, to be quite honest, the only way we're going to find out is to keep our eye on Yulmir. Yulmir is the one man who's on the hard still that needs to pit. So, depending on how long he can make these hards go is kind of our guesstimation on how long they can last. So, we'll keep an eye on when Yulmir's to pit. But, I mean, he was battling Cake Thomas out fairly well, with Cake Thomas on far newer hards, and he's still 19 laps deep on these hards, and If he's going to pit for mediums, he should do it right now, but the way it's looking, he might be trying to make these last and go on to some softs for about 7 laps or so. So maybe we're looking at 23, 24 laps here. But there we go. We're going to sit on Scavney here. You saw Matt Rosie taking a peek at Cake Thomas there, but nothing quite going. Scavney gets the overtake on Yule and does a good job making a stick, gets the position up into 7th place, still without any penalties. Scavney is. Quite a bit of penalties, so quite a few drivers here. 12 seconds to Mercancelli, 9 seconds to Yulmir, as well as 9 seconds to Jinnit to win it. Can Jinnit make these mediums last the rest of this race? That's a good question in its own. So we'll have to kind of keep an eye on that. Yulmir is starting to fall back of Scavney a little bit on pure pace. Sui is starting to really catch him, so we'll see if Yulmir is going to be able to hold off Sui for a while. He's still able to brake fairly well. Sui has got the better grip, though, and he's really trying to line up an area to get that overtake done. We can't quite find it here. Scavney has already opened up a 2.5 seconds on Yulmir, and Scavney is trying to do his best to close the gap on Matt Rosie. Mystic is still stuck in behind Elma Jacko. A penalty to Matt Rosie. That puts him at 9 seconds now. All the positions that have changed throughout the race. Okay, so here we go. Yulmir's come into the pit. How old are those tires? 20 laps. Okay, so yeah, they look like they're about to start falling off there at lap 18, 19. So I'll have to keep an eye out for the rest of these drivers here. So Mystic, Cake, and Matt Rosie need to go the rest of this race. And Sui, Mercelli, and Nikki need to go to the rest of this race on this tire compound. I imagine that all these drivers on mediums are going to hit a wall and either are really going to be fighting not having their tires blow, or they're going to be coming into the pit real soon for some softs. But we'll watch this one. It'll be tight. It'll be a different one. So we'll see how well these drivers can hold on to these mediums. But right now, Mystic Joker just can't find an area on track to get past his teammate Elma Jacko. Jacko has got some very good racecraft, and he's really proving it here. And there we go. Okay, Elma Jacko comes into the pit. Fredhead is closing the gap to Jinnit to win it here. We'll see what Jacko throws on. I imagine it's going to be the mediums. Where is he going to come out? I think he's going to come out just ahead of Sui here. No, he's not. I was completely wrong with my estimation. How far is Jacko going to fall down the order here? Is Nikki actually going to get the position on him? He just may. And so yeah, Jacko throws on some mediums. So we'll see. We'll see how many of these drivers have another set of softs in their back pocket to go to. But Jinnit is definitely closing the gap. Or sorry, he's getting his gap closed to Fredhead here. So maybe it's probably in Jinnit's best interest to come into the pit here. Actually, no, he could probably stay out a little bit longer and then throw on the softs. Because he'll come out ahead of Cake. Or just behind Cake. Then he'll come down to penalties. So, you know what? It's all over the place. It's all over the place, okay? So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Jacko gets Dace right out of the gate here. Oh, actually, no. Dace gets himself. Picks himself back up. He's got major damage to his wing. He's going to have to come into the pit. Singapore was not the track for Dace this evening. And now he's got Yulmir and Impossible Bacon on some fresh softs. They're going to come over and overtake Dace as he's going to drop down into 15th place. Not the reserve duo, that racing point we're hoping for this evening. Okay, so maybe it might be entering time. Regular should be called lenient, though. Do you guys play strict or regular? We do play strict. And yeah, regular should be... Strict is like super strict. Regular is lenient, I agree. Ooh, Helg's got to move to the inside line here on Murphy. Gets it done. Up in 9th place goes Helg. He's on for a pretty good finish here. He's going to be under fire to try and make this one last out. But man, we're so very close. 2 followers away from 200 followers. If you know anyone that is interested in Formula One racing, come on, shoot them our way. We very much appreciate the followers. So very close. I know we're going to hit that goal. I really do. But I mean, it's a goal that I set a while back to hit 200 followers, and to see how we're so very close on the dying embers of Season 3. It's, oh, is Jin into the pit? Yes, he is. Okay, as expected, Jin is into the pit. A gap was being closed to Mystic was closing the gap to Jin. The new wing as well for Jin. So major time lost here. Does go on the softs. Cake is gonna overtake him, and Scavney is gonna get him as well. Murphy into the, or sorry, Matt Rosie into the pit on some 13 lap old hards. He could have made that last out. I'm not sure. Okay, what do I know? But anyhow, Jinnit comes out in 6th place. He's got quite some work to do if he's going to close that gap, and he's still got some major time penalties as well. 9 seconds worth of it. Does come 5 seconds out ahead of Jacko. So some more drivers coming into the pit late on in this race. Some massive penalties handed out to a lot of these drivers. Yolmir trying to get up into 9th here. Hash is going to try and hold him out, but Yolmir's got some real quick tires here. Hash on some newer hards, but Yolmir has got the quicker way, and he's going to be able to outbrake Hash. Simply put here, Hash does a good job, actually pushes him right off track, but Yolmir, like I said, he's got the tires and he's got the move done. Hash tried to make it as difficult as humanly possible, but Yolmir got her done in the end. It finds himself up to 9th. The penalty difference is just 3 seconds, and I imagine Yolmir is going to be able to open up that gap with those softs. So a lot of different strategies are playing here this evening, so we'll see how they play out in the end. Ooh, Jin is trying to get past Sui. Sui can feel the pressure of Jin, and Jin needs to try and get this move done like yesterday. Sui going deep, and Jin just gets it done real quick. And I was going to break away, but unfortunately won't get DRS, but that's okay. He's through, and he's on to try and close that gap to Scavney. Scavney, ooh, I don't know if he's going to be able to make those mediums last the whole way. I'm not exactly sure how long they can go. Jin picks up another penalty that puts him at 12 seconds. So now he's got to open up major gaps to the drivers behind to be able to hold off the position for 5th. And we'll have to see if Scavney or Cake pit in the end. I imagine Cake's going to try and last it out on the mediums, but Scavney is, or sorry, Cake's probably going to try and last it on the hards, but I imagine Scavney is, I don't know, he's gone this far, and maybe he's had some pretty good tire wear, but he's going to be hitting a cliff real soon here. He's tied with the longest stint right now, and is on the softer of compound. He's still doing good, holding some clean lines, but Jinda Twinit is right on his back. If I were Scavney, I wouldn't even think about racing Jin in this situation. You need every percentage of tire that you can hold. Dace, as you saw at the bottom of your screen there, did just set fastest lap. Murphy gets Chief Braids as we are about to enter our 5th. No, sorry, Fred had just started lap 26. Okay. So he was for a moment there in a track of his own, the only man in Sector 1, but is actually Mystic Joker as well, holding in track in Sector 1 with him. So Jin gets a really good run out of turn 21, or turn 23. Gets the job done on Scavney, and now he's going to try and hunt down Cake Thomas and then increase the gap majorly. We'll jump back up to Jin, actually. We'll see him try and chase down Cake Thomas here. Jin just absolutely knows how to put in crazy laps. Can Jin really catch them, though? I don't know if Jin's just got so many bloody penalties is the problem. I really thought that he'd be able to somehow make it clean tonight, but yes.
Sloper_ML replied to Guitarman, you realize how...
Okay. I'm just going to delete that one. But anyhow, we continue on. Is there that much pace in the softs? In comparison to hards, yes. And as well as in Jin, yes. I don't think Jin's going to be able to close the gap to Mystic. Mystic should be able to hold it on unless Mystic is some sort of puncture. Jin just sets the fastest lap. This guy is going to open up some crazy times now to Cake. Cake's 17 laps old on the hards. Jin actually could probably... I think Jin's going to do it. I think Jin's going to be able to open up the gap. We'll see. He's going to just put in some crazy paces. As long as he doesn't get anywhere penalties, he's increasing a gap with every turn. And those mediums and hards on Cake and Scavney are just going to start hitting a wall real soon, where Jin's got a lot of time left on these softs until they start hitting. They won't even hit. They'll barely even lose time by the time he's done this race. Jacko is able to get Sui. Sui breaks super deep to try and get back at him here. Yeah, just keep an eye on that gap. I mean, it's already at 5 seconds. He just needs to clear 7 more seconds on Cake. He won't be able to catch Mystic. Fredhead doesn't have enough penalties to lose that position either. Sui's sitting really well. Let's take a peek at the potential hardest charger here. So Yolmir's got 9 positions as it stands right now. Cake has got 7. If Cake does overtake Jin in the end, that'll be 8. How many penalties does... So Yolmir should lose at least 1 penalty to Helg in the end. Helg is actually in potential to jump up 4 spots, at least 3. He's safe to jump up at least to 9th, potentially to 8th. Nikki is actually up in 8th place, so a very good farewell race for Nikki there, as he's going to end up falling his way down in Division 2. It's just too much for Nicky to do at this point of the race to try and get himself back out of relegation. I think he needs to finish 5th to keep himself safe. So a lot of work for Nicky to do, and he's got to close a 13-second gap as well as the 6 seconds of penalties and overtake 3 people. So a lot to ask for one man, as well as Yolmir is right on his tail now on some fresh softs. Jin has already opened up 8 seconds on Cake. We have 3 full laps left to go here. He needs to not get another penalty and open up another 3.5 seconds. That is very much in his ability, and he's already taken a half a second. Or sorry, no, I'm looking at the wrong gap. Fredhead is set to take the win. Mystic Joker is looking like a strong second place, going from the mediums to the hards. Both Fredhead and Mystic did start the race on the mediums, and they're going to be coming over 1-2. Yolmir's looking at an overtake real soon here on Nikki. Nicky should be able to hold off for a finale top 10. A couple of drivers not getting the races that they were hoping for. Yeah, JC, you survive another season, but you gotta watch out. We've got a surprise coming into Division 1 next year. The field is only getting tougher with every season. Nicky's 2 spots out of beating Super. Yeah, but he's 19 seconds out, so even more. And here we go, Matt Rosie's going to try and get Hash. In the last couple of laps, Hash pushes him right up to the wall. Matt Rosie does a good job and is very brave, puts the body on the line, gets the move done, and he's ahead of Hash into 10th. And with the penalties to Hash, he is completely secure there as well. So there we go. Jin is only a half a second away from opening up that gap to 12 seconds. Scavney has done a really good job of making these softs, or these mediums lap 19 laps. They are starting to really fall off here as he is losing some major time to Cake, and with nearly 2 laps to go, Jacko is going to be draped all over him real quick here. Well, we don't know about that quite yet, JC. Nothing can be said quite on that, as we're only having 3 guys move down to Division 2, so we can only do so much with Fredhead. But we understand how good of a driver he is. Matt Rosie now working on Yolmir and goes down the inside line and down the pit straight. Yolmir's going to battle this one out. Actually, he's going to try and hold the outside line, and he does a good job and forces Matt Rosie to give way. Yolmir holding on to 9th place. Yolmir kind of acting as Nicky's personal bodyguard here as he gets a little bit of another drift coming around turn 5 there. Now Matt Rosie gets a really good launch out of 5, and with the drip to Matt Rosie doesn't have the traction coming around turn 6 either, and down into 7 Matt Rosie gets the position. Now a time second penalty to Mystic Joker. That's different. And who is that? Hash is actually trying to battle it out with Yolmir here. Does Yolmir actually have a little bit of wing damage? No, he doesn't. He's just losing some major pace here. So back to Yolmir we go. Now even more contact is Yolmir's just... Everyone just wants a piece of Yolmir here, and he loses some major positions real quick here. Wow, okay. Yolmir lost some crazy spots. Yellow in Sector 2. That's Chief Braid spun out at turn 8. We'll get on with Jacko here, as Scavney's got to hold off Elma Jacko for one entire lap, and Jacko picks up a penalty. Oh no. Around the final turn, he gets his 3rd and final warning, and now he's got to overtake Scavney and as well increase the gap. So here we go. Jinnit Twinnett has actually nearly warranted himself another full penalty to keep that position safe. And whoa, what happened there? Scavney got some major oversteer, or he's just allowing Jacko to clear there. Maybe not even wanting to try and battle him out. But he's got to still stay within 3 seconds there. Oh man, it's going to be tight here. Jacko might be able to do this. We're already into Sector 2 here. Scavney's doing a good job. 21 laps deep on these tires. We've got some major position movements. Matt Rosie's actually losing quite a few spots there. I'm not sure what exactly happened to Rosie there. But anywho, Fredhead comes over the line for the win, as I am a lap behind. Fredhead with his first win in the Midwest F1 League. Our Season 3 Drivers' Champion. Mystic Joker over the line as well. 2nd place, Jinnit to win it with a very solid drive. You can argue that he had the best pace in this race, but the strategy was not it for him in the end. Cake Thomas is coming through Sector 3. I'm going to get back on board with Scavney here and see if he can keep that gap close enough. He's got a second to spare here. He just can't get a penalty in the final couple turns here. Cake Thomas comes over for 4th. Jacko's going to come over for initial 5th. And what happened there? Jacko just DNFs in 6th? Sorry, I had to get rid of that bot there. Hell jumps up into 7th. Sue Wee to 6th. Hardest Charger is going to go to Cake Thomas in the end. And the final couple drivers are going to come over the line as we got Knuckles and the very appreciative P15. Thank you very much for jumping up and helping us out. Did we pass Haas? I can't tell you off the top of my head there, Scabney. And the celebrations from the, oh my God, Fred, from the winning drivers. Okay. But here we go. We see the win go to Fredhead, Mystic Joker coming 2nd, Fastest Lap in 3rd place, going to Gina Twin at 4th, with Cake 5th, with Scavney, Suey 6th, Helg 7th, Nikki 8th, Hash 9th, Matt Rosie 10th. Going into the back half, we see Yolmir 11th, Murph and Selly 12th, Impossible Bacon 13th, Dace 14th, and Knuckles with the last, or 15th, Chief Braids 16th, and Elma Jacko crashing out in, which was 4th, but finishes in 17th. ZGS and Super Dinas, the two Haas's, not finishing the race. Ferrari gets 5th and 8th. So 5th and 8th get you, 8th is 24, 5th, so it gets you 54 points. 54, yes, Ferrari do pass Haas to take it. Fred, are you in here, dude?
Yes, sir.
Nice. Good stuff. Good win. Good win. I guess I don't need to respond to you on Discord because you're in here. Man, you had some crazy pace there. What was up with that?
I don't know. Safety car thing was weird. It went into the pits, but it slowed me down for whatever reason. And then it would let me go again. I don't know what happened there, but other than that, it was alright. I'm so sorry for the contact I had with Jin. I didn't realize we were still side by side and just kind of squeezed him on too late. That's kind of on my part there.
Well, I got you. Yes, Jin's here.
What's up with your voice, Crash? You sound different.
Me?
Yeah.
Well, I have matured since the last time you've talked to me.
Nah, you just... have you got a PS5?
Yeah, that as well, yes.
Yeah, that's probably why. I don't know why.
Can one of you send Nikki64 an invite for me, please?
Got it.
As well, someone's got the. I think someone's got the stream in the background, or someone's got their mic really loud. I'm hearing echo from myself. But anywho, Fredhead, you got the win, but I'm gonna go to Jen first as he is in England. So I wanna get him so he can bugger off to bed. You're a little bit quiet, Jen. If you can put your mouth a little closer, your mic a little closer to your mouth. Yeah, that's perfect. Thank you.
Let me do it properly. Microphone. That should be better.
All right, good stuff. Good stuff. Mystic, you join?
Yeah, Mr.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, people in chat, let me know if you can't hear the people that I'm interviewing. But if not, I will just continue as usual. Quickly, I just told Fredhead and I guess Jacko, because you're in. I'm gonna interview Jin first, so you can get off to bed as 2 a.m. or whatever. 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. for you, Jin?
4 a.m.
4 a.m. Oh my goodness gracious! Pardon my ignorance. But anywho, not too bad from you, Jin. You kind of put yourself in a difficult spot with all those penalties, but you did the crazy task of overtaking Cake and then increasing a 15-second gap on him through 6 laps. Of course, Cake had some hards and you had some very fresh softs, but you had the best. You had probably the best pace in this race. Obviously, the penalties kind of took it away from you, and the safety car as well changed everything up. But other than that, maybe even elaborate a little bit more on that. What went wrong for you here in this race?
Penalties and no ERS. That's a killer around here. Having no ERS in Singapore is a killer. But I'm happy with the podium for the last race of this season. Going on to the next game, in fact, I'm going to delete this game right now.
Are you doing it as we speak?
Yeah. Bye bye F1. Bye bye.
Well done. Oh my. Yeah, on to F1 2021. I guess quickly, what are your first looks at F1 2021? I might as well ask.
Something to get used to, eh? Over the coming weeks until the next season starts. Like the opening, 4 rounds of the coming season are going to be nice because it's going to be a mix of who's got the pace and who's not at that point in time.
Oh, so we're going to see some. Go ahead.
Obviously, with 2020, everyone's at their maximum pace.
Yeah.
Pretty much at the end of the life cycle. So starting on a new game, everyone's going to be slow to start off with until they figure out that right setup, or until they can pinch someone else's.
Okay, so there's hope for me yet then.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I like to hear. All right, cool. Thank you, Jen. Appreciate it, man. You can go off. Very well done on your season. You did a very good job.
Very much.
I expect you to be dusting Mystic next season. I'm going to put some money on it, but I think that confirms your P2 finish in the Drivers' Championship. So very well done. A good consistent season.
Thank you.
No worries.
On to the next one.
Exactly that. Good stuff, man. If chat has any questions, feel free to put them into the chat. But I'm going to go quickly with a shout out to Div2 podiums, that being Will Ans, Ray, and Fuse. So Will Ans stamps his authority down and blasts himself into Division 1 for next year. So very excited to see Will come in and join the crew. And I'm not sure what the rest of the result was, but I think Uncle Ben's Rice has well confirmed his place up in Division 1. So Il Loco was initially holding off Detail. So I'm not sure how that's going to end up, but congratulations to those guys coming up into Division 1. But now we're going to get on to our race winner here. Oh, okay. Hannah's in chat. Uh-oh, Nikki.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Okay, we'll get Hannah. We'll get to Nikki. We'll get to your client last. But anywho, Fredhead.
I'm going to say bye.
Okay, yeah. Good
go.
stuff,
See you,
Jen.
Jen.
Have a good one, man. We'll talk to you later. Yes, on to Fredhead with the win. You went mediums to hard, similar to Mystic, and you just kind of had. It's kind of rare to see someone who is able to out Mystic, and by that I mean you just kind of was able to hold steady pace throughout the race and just kind of let that do the talking with no penalties in the end. Was Singapore like an uber strong track for you, or did you just like do a bump of cocaine before you started this race?
um, well, it's my favorite track in like the whole game. So I run it for fun. I run it just with classic cars. I don't know. It's just one of my favorite tracks. It's kind of hard not for me to not like the track, even when it's raining. It's just always there. I don't know. It's a good track. It's not much to say there.
That's good. It was the only track that showed up at your birthday party.
Pretty much.
There you go. Except for Mystic Joker. Mystic was there. But anywho, yeah, you were on another level tonight, man. Very well done for you. A great win. You stole the 11th win away from Mystic Joker. He was trying to increase his overall a record that he's put into Division 1, and you've made it that much closer for maybe even you or someone else to try and take that record at some point in the future. So very well done taking the win. In qualifying, were you always going to plan to start the race on mediums, or were you just so content with your medium time that you just kind of felt like it was good enough for you?
Well, once I finished the lap and I saw 1:34.7, I thought there was no point in continuing because that was already the fastest ever medium hot lap I've ever done on the track. So I'm always already content with it. There was no reason to just go again. Even though I did try to go again at the very, very end, I didn't make it by like I want to say half a second. But yeah, I'm just happy I could even get third place with mediums, and out qualifying Mystic is something I'd never thought back in like I don't know 3 months ago.
Yeah, well done. Pinch yourself. It's real. You outclassed the lad today, and very well done. We'll be seeing you in the future there, Fredhead. So good job on your final 3 cameos that were in Division 1 at Midwest. So looking forward to seeing what you can do in 2021.
Thank you.
On to Mystic here, second place. Mystic, you kind of were and weren't in a race of your own. Was qualifying as well. I'll give you the same question. Did you plan to set it on? Okay. You know what, Fredhead, stay in here. I'll tell you a little bit of a secret at the end of this. Okay. All right, just quickly.
All right.
At the end of this interview, I'll give you a little bit of shout out. Okay, sorry, Mystic, but yeah, qualifying. Same question to you. Was your plan to qualify and to take your medium time, or were you going to try and outdo it on softs?
No, it was always going to be mediums, for sure. I mean, that's definitely the preferred strategy. I was hoping to get a little bit more out of quali, but unfortunately, just wasn't able to really hook it up properly. I don't know. Might need to go back and look at the data with my team and see see what happened.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You're like Jackson Storm from Cars 3. If anyone's
but I
seen
mean,
that.
one hell of a lap from Fred. Very, very happy to see him drive the way that he did today. Yeah, I mean, congrats to him.
Yeah, he was on another level, like I said. So that's 10 wins for you here, Mystic. You did an absolutely crazy job in season 3 here. Now, how comfortable are you heading into 2021? I'm assuming you've got time into that game. How different is that for you?
Definitely a big difference because I used to, especially on this game, as many people that really want to maximize their time around each track. You really would want to be aggressive on the curves. You want to extend as much as you can, and it's kind of hard to do that on 2021, just because of the way that the track surface is and the curves and whatnot in that game. So it's definitely a change in driving style for myself. I'm feeling good though. Feeling good. I still obviously got to put in more time, as does everyone. Get more comfy and get ready for once leagues and whatnot start, their seasons. But yeah, so far from what I've done, it's good. It's going well. I'm enjoying it. It's different, but I'm enjoying it.
All right, good to hear. Well, we'll swing back to you at the end of this as well to discuss your drivers and constructors championship win. But with that being said, we'll once again congratulations on another podium, another strong finish. Like I said, we'll get back to you at the end of this. Congratulations, or no, I guess. Oh my God, yeah, congratulations to you. Very well done, Mystic, on another podium. Did you podium every race this year? Did you podium Australia?
Yeah. Well, I ended up getting P3 because of penalties.
Okay, we'll make sure to wipe that.
Yeah, appreciate that, man. But
Anytime. Yeah, good stuff. Oh, we'll swing it back to you. We'll get on to Nikki here if there's any questions. Actually, sorry, quickly, I've got to give the shout outs to the podiums here. Division 3 podium from Valentine, Settle But Hold, and a Wild Meta. So well done to those guys. No pork chops on the podium. That's not what you want to see, but it is what it is. We venture forward. But anywho, I brought Nikki in here. He's you're a Div 1 OG, Nikki, and it's sad to see you go, my friend, but unfortunately you're going to be going down to Division 2, and you're going to be scrapping it down in the championship. Have you got any time on 2021 yet there, Nikki? Oh. Oh! You gotta go into your voice settings and allow the everyone to hear. I guess it's your first time in the party then. I suppose the chat can't hear you. What is it? I think it's. Are you on the PlayStation 4 or 5? I can't remember how to do it on the 4. You're on your phone. What the hell? Oh God. I have no idea that. I guess try and figure it out. But while you do that, I'll quickly bring it back to Fredhead. Like I said, I was going to. Fredhead, with that win, you've actually secured your spot in Division 1 for next season as well. So Season 4, you'll be back in Division 1 racing with the big boys again.
Awesome. That's... Yeah. Alright. Cool.
Yeah, there you go. So congratulations. You've secured your spot in Division 1. Unfortunately, we've lost Mayomir. Mayomir's having to back out of next season, so we still have the 3 relegation, the 3 promotion. So you are going to be taking the spot of Mayomir. So hopefully you can do that position well.
All right, I'll try my best.
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Did you figure it out, Nikki?
I think I did.
Okay. All right. Poor, can you let me know if you can hear him? But we'll just wait for confirmation from Pork here before we get into it. And then, come on, Pork. Text in, buddy. Yes, okay, you're good. All right, yeah, Nikki, so do you think you're going to, so you're going out to wheel. You're saying that you're changing from what you were on pad before, from what I remember, so you're going to be going on to wheel this time. How much time have you got into the wheel?
I mean, like, I've been using it a little bit on 2020, but 2021 it's just such a different beast. The cars are so oversteery, so I think setups are going to be a lot different, trying to counteract that for a lot of people. We're going to have a lot more understeer on these cars. So it's going to be a bit of a learning curve.
All right, well, hopefully you can get that learning curve smack dab into place and find yourself back up into Division 1 come Season 5. Like I said, it's tough to see an OG go, and unfortunately we're seeing 3 with Enrique, you, and Kenny drop down to Division 2. So, like I said, I'd like to see you as well as those other 3 guys maybe battle yourselves back up into Division 1, and we can get a couple of these newcomers out of this freaking league. Yeah, maybe Hannah needs to bring down the hammer a little bit more.
Other than Barry, I think I have the most Division 1 starts. I just missed Canada Season 1. That's it.
Damn, man.
So
Well, you'll be missed. I had to bring you into the interview tonight. You've been, like I said, you've held down the spot for quite a while, and yeah, it's tough to see it happen, but it is what it is. You'll progress. You'll get that time back on the wheel, and hopefully we'll see you back in season 5. Best of luck to you, Nikki.
thank you.
But anywho, once again, okay, quickly, Division 4 podium. Here we go. I just had it posted to me. That's Dead Text Message, Feeman, and Murfola with the 1, 2, 3. So well done to those drivers there. Pork message, DM me if I'm forgetting any announcements or anything that I need to do, but I think I got everything this evening. But like I said, we'll kick it back to Mystic Joker, and we'll talk to him about the Drivers' Championship win as well as the Constructors' Championship win. Constructors was a little bit different for you, Mystic. You kind of had a little bit of a revolving door of teammates there. Was that difficult for you, having so many different teammates come in and help you out with this championship?
Yeah, it was a bit frustrating. I mean, kind of unfortunate just how it kind of played out, but you know, in the end, managed to still get the constructors title, which is I'm very happy about that. It had been such a long time on you know, getting a constructors title, because you know, F1 2018 and 17, you know, even 16. I can't remember. I think it might have been F1 2016 or 15. That was the last time that I ended up winning, because just always some bad luck with teammates that I had, or you know, teammates dropping out, you know, mid-season or whatever in other leagues. So you know, just really unlucky stuff. But yeah, the biggest thing I would say is towards the end of the season, you know, just keeping really good consistency and getting kind of lucky with a couple of the reserve drives, because Racing Point had a pretty good shot still for a good bit, but they had I think like 2 or 3 races worth of like bad luck, where they just like had really poor results or whatever. So that, you know, massively helped out.
Yeah, Racing Point really brought it back to you guys after Australia, and then even after Hungary. They were not too far away, but the unfortunate the France kind of did them in and secured your title. But yeah, at one point there, they were only 67 points back, and one bad finish from you and a good finish from both those guys would have really seen that title change. But that didn't happen, and we see Williams with the win. So very well done to you, Mystic, and to your teammates that came and helped you through, and as well as the Drivers' Championship. Like I said, 10 out of 12 races you won, only getting bested twice in Australia and here in Singapore. Now, is Australia and Singapore, would you kind of rank as one of your lesser tracks, or were you just not at your best or got unlucky those days?
Well, Australia, I'm very strong at. I lost that race on my own. I decided to stay out, or whatever it was, and didn't pit, like Jin and Matt did for the mediums, to go out to stay out until the rain happened, which that caught me out because I tried extending the softs and they were just getting ready to pop, and so I had to pit, and the lap that I pitted onto a fresh set of slicks, the rain started coming down, and then like a few laps later I had to pit again. So fortunately that was a race that I ended up throwing away due to bad strategy. Singapore definitely didn't have the pace. Singapore is one of those tracks where like I really enjoy driving at Singapore, but for one reason or another, man, I don't know. The pace just isn't really there, which is kind of unfortunate. But you know, it's just something that I need to improve on. I would say my worst tracks, to be honest, is, you know, and I've kept saying this even earlier in the season, would be like Canada, Hungary, and man, I don't really know what my third one would be, but for sure those two, that I dislike a lot because I'm so inconsistent there, especially Hungary, like, even though I got the win in Hungary, a little bit of lady luck helped out there with the safety car and people getting caught up in traffic and whatnot. But still pretty happy, being able to get that amount of wins in a season. There were a few times, where some of the guys definitely put one hell of a challenge. So it wasn't 100%, like smooth sailing, but yeah. Good stuff. I'm excited to see Fred for next season. He's one hell of a talent. Still very, very excited to see him win today, and wish him the best for next season.
Okay, quickly, what separates you and your little brother?
Like, what do you mean?
Like in, in like pace. In pace.
Age, pace.
No, yeah.
He just doesn't practice, man. I always get on him for it. He just doesn't really practice. He's not. He definitely has the potential to be a lot more consistent and a lot quicker. But, he always just gets caught up, playing other stuff or just doing other stuff. And so, like, he enjoys it, but he's not, like, as serious, I guess. I don't know how to explain it, but, yeah. If he actually, like, focused up on that part and put a little bit more effort into, like, practicing and understanding things a little bit more, being a little bit more aggressive on how to, like, attack the track and everything, he could definitely, like, move up in the ranks for sure.
Okay, cool. I was just curious about that. But anyway, congratulations to everyone that came in. Okay. Other than Nikki, unfortunately, like I said, sad to see you go. But we'll kick it quickly to Jacko here if you're still in here, my guy. We'll get your final thoughts. Yeah, we'll get your thoughts for season 3, and if you want to kind of get into this race a little bit, by all means, go ahead. It's our final words for the end of this season. So take the time you need.
Oh well, I was just glad to be able to have a final hurrah in the Division 1. It was quite a nice race up, the first half of the race. But towards the end, I had a collision with Dace, unfortunately, which kind of screwed both of us over. I'm sure I'll show footage of that at some point to him. But I retired at the end, hoping that Nicky was close enough to what the points he needed. But yeah, I don't know if he caught that. I tried to go into the pits to retire, but my car came back on the track and almost demolished Scavney.
Yeah, I saw that. I was curious what you did there, but what a pro move.
I was hoping that the points would be enough for whoever needed them in their battles, but I don't think it was enough for anyone, I think, to change their position.
Well, in the end, you really pretty much moved up everyone one position.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Super was out of the race, and I think he was the main competition for Nicky, so that was the thought behind that, but it didn't come to fruition, so sad to see Nicky go. But big congratulations to Fred, and of course Mystic. 10 out of 12 is quite the record, and happy to see the championship leave me and go to someone who deserves it, so well done once again.
Yeah, good to hear from you, Jacko. What about your thoughts on the season as of a whole? Any memorable episodes, I guess?
Oh, there's so much that was quite exciting. I think Mystic won't like it, but the fact that he had to come back through at Australia was pretty entertaining to watch, and it was a pretty good recovery. So it's always good to watch someone is quick coming through the field. And other than that, I mean, every race was equally impressive from him. So I think when I look at races, I think I look at the lead battle the most, and so I think that's why I've noticed most of Mystic's things. But yeah, just very impressive drives. He's better than I remembered him from 5 years ago.
There you go. Fair enough.
Appreciate that.
Okay, piss off. But anywho, I'm just kidding, Mystic. Don't take that to heart. I'm serious.
It's okay, Crash. I never take you serious.
Good. Neither do I. Neither does my girlfriend.
Oh.
But yeah, okay, quickly, I'll make one last little thing here. If anyone didn't hear, Midwest F1 is back with the partnership with Raise Energy. Go on to raise.com and order some of your favorite energy drinks there. And make sure you use MWF1 for 15% off your order. So go check it out. We've had guys in the past order from them and we've heard good things. So if you do like a Raise and you order from Raise, use our code. We very much appreciate it. And as well, tomorrow night we kind of have a social race for testing of the settings of the new game. So if you're interested in that, it's somewhere happening in the Discord there. So maybe just message in somewhere, and someone will message you back about what's going on. So go check that out if you're interested. We're on to F1 2021. Like I said, Thursday night we're going to be back with our interleague battle with LFR. So we are looking forward to that, as well as on the 29th we are going to be doing a interdivision battle, and I'm not exactly sure who will be partaking in that, but it was kind of a different one last time. A couple of the Division 1 guys were kind of getting really pissed about having a lot slower cars, so we'll see if we can piss off some more Div 1 guys on the 29th, so we'll see about that. And as well, I might as well shout it out right now. On the 29th is my birthday, so I'm going to be doing on Wednesday. It's going to be Crash's birthday bonanza, and that is going to be a fun day. And I want to do and see how many guys that we can get into a GTA NASCAR race, and we're going to try and run it for like an hour. And I'll even do points after as well. So if you're interested in that, I'll make a league announcement and see who's down, and maybe we can get some fun GTA NASCAR races going, because those are an absolute blast. So keep an eye out for those as well. Enjoy your break. For everyone that is taking a break, if you're not racing or for whatever you're doing, enjoy the new game. Get some practice in. Hopefully we can see some quicker and different parity around the tracks in Season 4. But we are 1 year, nearly exactly 1 year since we started Midwest F1 League, and it wouldn't be the same without everyone that does come in and tune in from the stream, follow, take part in the Discord, stop by on Twitter as well, and Instagram. We very much appreciate everyone that is here from time to time. Like I said before, we did also get that donation through to the Jet Foundation. Over $800 American was donated to mental health research, so thank you everyone that took part in that. We very much appreciate everyone that does and adds a little bit of peace to this league to make it what it is. But yeah, that's about it for us here in Season 3. It is in the books. F1 2020 is deleted if you are in it to win it. I think I might keep it on the PlayStation for a couple days, but it will probably be into the recycling bin as well at some point here. On to 2021. Very much looking forward to it. On to another division, as well as on to a capture card for me, hopefully very soon here, so we can get some proper casting in the Twitch channel, so we can get a little bit better of a feed for you here. So some things to look forward to. Like I said, everyone enjoy your break. Do what you need to do to try and progress in everything that you can. But like I said, that is it for us here in the Midwest F1 League. I have been Crash McQueen. I've enjoyed myself being piss. I was almost so perfect. I've enjoyed having Jacko alongside with me in Season 3. We'll see if he's back for Season 4. There's potentially some things happening in IRL with Jacko, so we'll have to see what is to come. But like I said, why don't you say goodbye, Jacko, as well?
Thank you, and see you, everybody.
There we go. Goodbye and good night. Have a good rest of your Thursday, and hopefully we'll see you next Thursday. Thank you very much. I'm pissed.
Oh, piss.
Piss.